Audubon 2456.
Welcome back, everybody, to State of the Save. This is a really cool episode. This is all a virtual episode. Usually we're all three here in the studio, but today we're all over the place, so we're recording all from our houses. But it's a really cool episode. Really happy to be here. Usually I look to my right. Whoever's to my right gets to go first. But this time I'll look to my top right. Michael, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everyone. How's it going? How are things?
It's going. Nick, introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nick.
Yeah, so it's going to be a virtual episode, so bear with us. It's the first time we've ever done a virtual episode, but I think we're still going to have a lot of fun today. This is our first day talking about No More Heroes. We're going to be talking up to I believe the 5th boss. Holly Summers, I believe was her name, or what was left of her. So we're going to be talking about that. But as per normal, let's do the rounds. Let's talk about what everybody's been playing. Let's start with you, Nick. Nick, tell me what you've been playing, what you've been up to.
Oh, man. So, I haven't been doing a lot, but I've got a little bit of Hades time under my belt. That game still is awesome.
I've got some League of Legends. They did a new season for the, I forget what they call it, the auto chess thing. So they've changed a few of the champs and traits around. But other than that, man.
Giant Bomb's Game of the Year stuff came out, and Hades racked up. I was looking at like all those lists. If you don't know, Giant Bomb does like 400 guest lists. And I think that maybe like 5 or 6 people didn't have Hades on there, but pretty much everybody else had Hades.
I'm listening to that too, and I haven't got to I'm still working my way through when they do the full countdown, but I have a feeling Hades is going to be 1 or 2. And
yeah,
just
sure.
Everything they've been saying, I'm probably going to end up with Hades in like a week or 2, just because of pressure from everyone going, you need to play Hades.
It's a damn good video game, man.
It looks like a really good video game.
It's really good. That's a I feel like Hades is one of those games that's just gonna stick with everybody. Like I've been playing Hades too, so it's just gonna stick with everybody. Like be accustomed to being like everybody's playing Hades. Anything else, Nick?
No, like I said, just kind of playing that a lot.
Right on. Michael, what you been playing?
I finally got to one of your suggestions, because I think you told me in 2 separate episodes, Michael, you need to play The Messenger. The Messenger is really good. And you're right.
Yes.
I flew through that game.
I write about a lot of things. You need to listen to me more often.
I do, because The Messenger is wonderful. Like, it is... at first, I loved the, like, I'm going to talk a little bit about, like, the gameplay change-ups. So if you want to keep your Messenger experience pure, skip ahead a little bit. But I was all in on the first half, and then when the Metroidvania half started, I love Metroidvanias, but I wasn't too keen on, because I'd already just played through all those environments, and then it was like, okay, you gotta go back through the same areas, do the same things, except switching up kind of play styles a little bit. Just to like go and like solve these riddles and everything. I wasn't really into that at first, and then once I got the flow of you can just buy hints with the millions of currency that you get to like get you to the next area if you're stuck with something. That kind of I think worked out in its favor, and then once I got more into that portion, I got really into that game again. So yeah, the writing is top notch. At first I was like, oh, this is going to be like a fourth wall breaking experience. A lot of like fourth wall jokes, but it actually works in favor of the game. There's a really good cabinet joke that builds up over hours and then pays off in a beautiful way.
My favorite joke is still the hat.
The hat
when you come in with the hat and you're like, oh yeah, check out my hat. And he's like, that's a cool hat. And then you come back in, and he's wearing the hat. He's like, hey man, you stole my hat gimmick. And it's like, nah, man, I was wearing the hat first. It's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
And he's
man.
embarrassed and doesn't wear the hat again. So
Yeah, he won't wear it again. That is a amazing video game that I feel like everybody really should play the Messenger. I too was kind of not let down, but when we got to the part that was the Metrovania stuff, I was kind of like set back. I was like, do I really need to do all of this? But it's definitely worth sticking in there and finishing.
it is.
It's a really good video game.
Yeah, I felt the same way. Like I was like, I kind of liked it when it was just a Ninja Gaiden thing, and now we're doing a Metroid thing. But plays just as well. That's very simplistic setup feels really good. It feels really good to do anything in that game. So
yeah, it's a great.
Props.
Yeah,
their next game is that soundtrack is wonderful. Both versions of the songs. I appreciate it when people do a 16-bit sound chip and they don't go to the Super Nintendo. They're like, no, let's go to the better sound chip. Let's do the Sega Genesis. Like that Genesis twang, just that pounding bass. I'm like, yeah, this sound chip rules. Like, you can't convince me. Like, the Super Nintendo probably has better soundtracks overall, but the Genesis, I listened to way too many remixes of Super Nintendo songs on Genesis sound chips. Because I'm like, this is the superior way to listen to these songs. Super Mario World, no. Add some bass to
Golden
it. Yeah. Golden
There
Axe.
you go.
That's a video game. And sorry, Eric.
You were going to say what's their next game? They got a game. What's their next game coming?
Their next game is a prequel to The Messenger, because there's some story set up near the end of that game, and this kind of goes into detail. But it plays more like a traditional RPG. Like, it's completely different, but it's the same story line and everything.
Huh. I didn't even know about that. Is it out? It's not out yet, is it?
What's that called? I'm sitting in front of a computer. I can just look that up.
See, this is the advantages of digital podcasting.
Sea of Stars is the name of that game. Sea of Stars.
Sea of Stars. I'm gonna write that down real quick because I'm gonna play that.
It'll be on consoles next year, so we still got a while. So 2020. It's a 2022 game. Write that down for.
Did you play the DLC that they added?
I did not. I will plan on going back to it because I know it's free. Because there's a really fun gag where you walk up to a mirror ball type thing, and they're like, "What's that?" Oh, it leads to some DLC. Don't worry, it's free. And you're like, "Oh, okay."
They're like, "Hey, man, we're gonna put some advertising in here, but not in a lame way. We're gonna put it in there where you're gonna actually be excited about playing this."
It's blatant, but the fact that it's free, I can't be mad at it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
I'll play your beach DLC. All right, Spyro, I see what you're doing.
I'll play your beach DLC. I've been playing some Rainbow Six. They've been doing like a short-term event that has a new map that's basically like inside of like a big sports arena, and it gets rid of any like fake mission settings. It just looks like a paintball course inside, but it's just designed to be a good map. And that thing is freaking amazing. And the sad thing is,
team deathmatch. There's no like.
No, it's still bomb defusal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's still bomb defusal, but they've unlocked all of the operators for everybody. So if you don't own an operator, you can now play as anybody, which is actually really cool because it's a great advertising campaign. Because you get on there, you fiddle around with some operators, and you're like, well, of course I got to buy. I bought 2 people already because I was like, I can't keep playing this game without this guy now. But that thing is freaking cool. And the sad thing is, by the time you listen to this, is all over because it ends on Monday, like I think at like 9 a.m. Eastern time. But I'm a big fan of these little seasonal event things. But the only problem is they're very hard to promote on shows like this because by the time you listen to it, you can't play it. But I've also been doing some dad gaming where I have been teaching my kid how to play some video games. She's 6 and doesn't know how to, just kind of first time her learning to play video games. So we've been playing some Donut Country.
Donut
Donut
County.
County.
Yes,
Donut County,
I've been
yeah.
playing that too.
That is a great first video game for a kid.
That's a
Because
good.
go ahead.
I was gonna say that's a good wife game too. Like my wife's busy and doesn't really have time to like play video games like she used to. But she was just watching me play Donut County, just like laughing, like we were doing the voice acting together, just having a fun time. A couple hours, and she went, "That was really fun. I really enjoyed watching that." So
I read the voice acting like it's a storybook to her.
yeah,
So she plays. So I do the little beginning to get the hole started, and then
Mhm.
she will once the hole gets big enough to start getting all the stuff. She'll do the big hole, and it's just it's hilarious. It's just simple concept and it's perfect for a 6-year-old. Just be like, I'm just making stuff fall in a hole. This is great. And there's a raccoon who runs this whole donut shop, and he's cool.
he wants to get a quadcopter. That's the entire premise. He's like, I'm going to destroy this town because if I get enough points, I get a quadcopter.
And then the fact
Relatable stuff.
well, also she does not understand that the game is going back and forth in timelines.
Oh, okay.
So I was trying to explain to her that concept, and she's like, "The chopper's messed up." I said, "I know, but we're trying to see how that gets there." She said, I know how it gets there. It gets messed up." So like timeline stuff is hard to explain, but she's a big fan of that. And then she's been playing Rocket League. We got Rocket League and started fiddling with that. And she's not able to really. She's not doing the trick shots like you see online, but it's she's just driving around and hitting people. But it's a great also early game for a kid. So I've been doing a lot of dad gaming recently.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's fun to see these kind of games. She wants to do the Roblox stuff, but I ain't gonna lie, I don't have any interest in that, so I'm not gonna. Dad gaming also involves whether dad cares about the game or not. So Donut County, I was like, I can play that. If dad don't care about the game, we're not playing it. So
from a not dad to a dad, some of the games I loved growing up are actually on that Super Nintendo app on Switch. Like Yoshi's Island was a big game of mine growing up. So
she struggles with like Donut County is great because it's like really a one stick game.
Yeah.
So she's not really got the point to use like she can drive straight or backwards in Rocket League. She cannot really do a lot of like the turns and stuff.
One action at a time sort of thing. Yeah, that's.
She'll get in there though. She's getting there.
Yeah,
she came home.
Is hard to cross. Yeah.
Yeah, but she's now got the bug, so now she's calling me all the time wanting to play stuff, but before she didn't care at all. So like now she's comes home and she's like, "We're gonna play Fortnite, Daddy." I was like, you can only go forward in Rocket League. I don't know how Fortnite's gonna work, but it's the game she hears about at elementary school. So we'll see. I'm gonna be doing a lot of dad gaming in the next few weeks. See, I'll report back in on dad gaming.
Yeah, I was wondering where that was coming from because and then I realized that your kid is younger than mine, but that's like the only thing that my kid plays is Fortnite, and she's obsessed with it. So
yeah, you've got her. Your kid's got her by a couple of years, so I think that she's got more dexterity than my kid. Yeah,
it just occurred to me, and then another hilarious thing is. You don't have to play Roblox, but if you just call it Roboblocks, the kids get mad. And then it was just like this clarity thing for me where it's just like when I was a kid and people called it Pokemon, and I was like, why are you calling it that? It's because it's hilarious.
Yeah. That's you can now be the guy. You can be Pokemon guy.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh fan growing up, it was always fun hearing teachers try to pronounce like Yu-Gi-Oh, Yu-Gi-Oh, or something. Because that was the big thing in 4th grade. They had to do an announcement over the speakers saying like Yu-Gi-Oh cards are banned. You can only trade them at like recess. You can't trade them during classes. Because people was like, you got that Blue Eyes White Dragon?
I got in trouble on a field trip as a kid because I was trading Pokemon cards in the back of the bus. And we kind of missed like the entire part. Like the whole idea of the field trip was we were supposed to write things down as we saw them. And I didn't write anything down because I was in the middle of like orchestrating trades. So the whole time I'm like working my little deals, and then we get to the end, I got nothing written down. So I like just wrote like 10 lines about the last thing we saw, and did not go as well as I'd hoped. So 4th grade Eric got in some trouble on that one. So I probably got my coupon card. That's the important thing. The only thing that matters is if I got that coupon card. But yeah, I think it's fascinating, man. It's cool to see video gaming now through little kids' eyes. That's my favorite thing about this whole thing is like the games they care about. And like I don't get the people who are like hating on the little kid games because it's like,
Oh,
listen, man, when you were their age, those were the games that mattered to you. Don't be all, old man over here being like, no, who cares about the Roblox? It's like, it's just not for you. It's like, those movies not for you, the books not. No one's running around being like, the monster at the end of this book is bullshit. I knew it was Grover the whole time. Like, I mean, no one's doing that. So, like, let the video games be the same thing.
Yeah.
But anybody else play anything else before we get to our show?
I just want to say all the DLC for Injustice 2 was on sale, and I got really back into that. So now I'm playing a lot of Injustice 2.
I got that game. It's on Game Pass, so we need to play some Injustice 2.
That is
Anything
a
for you,
great-
Nick? You
great
have anything
game.
else?
Not really, man. I've just been trying to lay down, read some comics a little bit, but that's about it.
We're going to do that comic show.
We'll do it.
That might be on an upcoming project for State of the Save. Look for
Ooh.
that coming. All sorts
Do
of cool
tell.
stuff coming. But let's talk about what we're actually here to talk about. Let's get down to some serious digital podcasting, recording business. All right. No More Heroes. That's our game. We started it. We're all playing it, I believe, on the Switch. Woo! This is a video game, y'all.
This is a straight up video game in the best and worst ways, I would say.
It's
yeah,
dude, it's of a time for sure.
Yeah.
Like this, like you cannot pass this video game off as 2021 release. No More Heroes. This is of a time. I can tell you what clothes I was wearing when this game was come out. I can tell you the amount of Mountain Dew I was drinking when this game came out. Like, this was of a time. And there's moments in this video game ass video game, where I just go, I don't know what the tone they're trying to strike here is, because 2001 tone sees this. Tell me, please tell me, because those times I don't know.
This game was made by 12-year-olds.
No, don't be like that.
It's both a no. I mean that in like the way like Star Wars is made for 12-year-olds. I mean it in like this is like the game that you really want to play when you are like at prepubescent, like man, I just want to play something violent, something I'm not allowed to play. This is that like that elusive quality to it. This is that game to a T. This is the game playing on the background of a show that a kid's playing, that's like violent and like blood spewing out everywhere.
Yeah,
because, something. This feels like the first thing people think of when they think of kids playing violent video games. This is it, besides Grand Theft Auto or something. People think of you just running around mowing down hundreds of dudes with blood spewing everywhere. That's like the tone.
It's the game
that
that's
is
on Law
the
and
tone
Order.
of this game. And that's not me.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not condemning that in any way. That's the tone this game is striking. This is a game made by 12-year-olds.
It is in like a loving way, though, because it's literally like, something that like
that's a compliment.
Yeah, it's like, what's something that a 12-year-old thinks is cool? Let's go there.
Lightsabers and blood.
Lightsabers and blood. Sexy
blood.
ladies. Luchador wrestlers. You do not know the excitement that hit me when I found out that Travis at Touchdown trained as a professional wrestler. And every boss fight, before each boss fight, you don't learn, you remember a new suplex. And some of these are legit suplexes. Like, there's the German suplex, a belly-to-belly suplex.
Belly-to-belly.
Belly-to-belly suplex, man. Don't mess around with no belly-to-belly suplex.
You know these more than I do, but I like the one where you go behind and like grab the dude's leg and just flip him over. Yeah, I think he goes for like a pin, and that makes him explode in the coins.
Well, and the fact that like he remembers them, that's a key fact. It's not that he learned a new suplex. He was like, oh yeah, I remember how to do the German suplex now.
It's like Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, it's all about remembering stuff you forgot. I don't know. Like, this game jumps in as if it was a sequel.
I loved the first like 15 minutes of this game is like the highest point I felt on it. I'm like, I love this. Just because it throws you in like you get like a trailer for the game as you start the game.
Yeah.
It's like I'm Travis Touchdown. I'm gonna hunt down these assassins and be the #1 assassin. And you're like, yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
I talked a lot about Shadows of the Damned at the end of the last episode,
Mhm.
and it kind of does like that quick, like, here we are, let's get into the middle of this. And I am okay with video games doing that. I don't
Just throw me
always
right in.
need I don't always need a slow start. Like, especially games like this, like I'm on board with your statement this is for 12-year-olds because I can kind of get behind it as a good thing. Because like a 12-year-old doesn't want to have a 15-minute conversation about like Travis Touchdown's motivations. He just wants to see Travis Touchdown fight people. So it's just like, and a bunch of stuff happened, and then Travis Touchdown is now going to become the #1 assassin. And I like that the game doesn't even try to like make that a thing. It just goes, hey man, here we go. Let's get into the middle of this. Let's get into Travis Touchdown.
One of my first notes is that this is like Scott Pilgrim versus the World on Speed.
I was thinking the exact same thing about that. Yeah.
This is like the game starts off with you. Okay, so the premise is that there's 10 assassins, and Travis has made a personal vendetta to become the #1 assassin in this whole organization. And so it literally starts you off with fighting your way to assassin number 10. And this is where the game is kind of formulaic because the game basically, so far, it might
There's a
change
gameplay
in the
loop
second
for
half.
sure.
Yeah, it's do a job, do a side mission, fight a group of guys on the way to the boss, fight the boss, repeat. It's a 4-step process every single time.
It kind of opened up that later with the optional training where you can boost your stats. You can go to the video store and learn more luchador moves. You can upgrade your beam katana.
Has anybody done any of that stuff? I did the video store, but I didn't do the beam katana.
I did the beam katana upgrades every time, and I did the going to the gym and training to upgrade your stats every time. Because every single time you get a health boost and a strength boost every time. And I think one time you get a speed boost or a combo boost.
You add an extra strike to your combo.
That's it. Okay. So
well, see, I need to get in there and do that.
Just because I was like, I'm like, after especially the third boss fight was the only one that gave me a lot of trouble. I was like, I need to really get into the I need to upgrade stats. I need to upgrade my beam katana, get that maxed out and everything before I take on these bosses. Because I have a feeling if I get stuck, I'm really going to get stuck. Because those bosses are, this is also going to sound negative, but they're very damage spongy. Like you hit them and that health bar barely ticks down.
It's very much about like, hey, you're going to survive the boss until you can hit them. So it can be sometimes like 2-3 minutes of just surviving, and then opens up the window to do the moves and hit them with a suplex or something. But it's very it's not very it's not something you can like rush them. You can't like be quick and rush them and try to take them down real fast. You kind of have to play through the stages of the boss each and every time.
The first boss kind of does that too. You do have a lot more opens to hitting the first boss, which is death metal. Like right out of the gate, they have the first boss called death metal. So you're like, yeah, let's go. But he has a lot more openings, but he also has like periods where like he'll block you and stuff to kind of get you into the flow because he's the first boss. He's like the tutorial. And then especially once you get to see the fourth boss. Yeah, Destroy Man, who's all basically dodge, attack, dodge, then attack, dodge, then attack, dodge, then attack. So that really sets the flow for the remaining. Like, yeah.
What's let's kind of break this down by like the two kind of loops. So the jobs. What's everybody's favorite job? Let's start with you,
Coconut one was
Michael.
pretty good. I was really good at the mowing the lawn. It reminded me a lot of Bully. Have you guys played that, like the lawn mowing missions and everything? So it was like, oh, I know my strategy here. You start from the outside edge and work your way in a spiral to get to the center.
Because I've mowed yards before, so I'm like, I just mow a yard. I can mow a yard. I do that. It works out about the same. Nick, what's your favorite job?
I go for the trash collection one. I feel like that's the easiest one to get the most money.
I tell you the one I dislike the most. I like the trash collecting one, but the one I dislike is the fuel station one.
That one's
because-
bad, but the mine one is also pretty bad.
Which one?
The mine on the beach, that one was terrible.
Yeah, that one was.
Well, I haven't got to that
good.
job yet.
Okay, I was about to say, I don't know if you
The,
guys went into it. You unlock it after the Holly Summers one, but I didn't play the next boss fight. I just got the money for the next boss fight.
Makes sense.
I
Of course,
did
had to
one of the
defend
side
myself
missions.
there.
I did one of the side missions that gives you like 90,000 points, which was like kill 100 guys. And like that one, I did it 4 times because I kept getting to 99. And the reason being is not because I was having struggle killing that last guy. It like
Last
didn't
one doesn't
spawn
spawn
fast
for
enough.
like 10
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, he doesn't spawn till the last second. So you're like literally standing in a circle being like, somebody just pop up so I can cut their heads off.
Yeah.
And
See, when I did that, I had all the upgrades and all the training because I did all the training and upgrades before I went on to do the side mission stuff. So I didn't really have. I still had like 2 minutes left on the clock just because I was able to hit them once, slice them, and then if you line it up right and get lucky, if it's a horizontal slice, because then you can take out like 3 dudes with 1 slice.
Yeah.
yeah, that horizontal slice takes out like half a crew.
Have you guys?
Um,
I know, Eric, you haven't touched the motion controls. Have you, Nick?
No, so I didn't find out. I can't figure out how to do that.
You just unplug. You just take the Joy Cons off the side and then hook
Okay.
them to the wrist straps, and it defaults to motion controls after that. I did it once for the second boss fight, and how the motion controls work is it's still a button to slash. You hold the right Joy-Con up, like you tilt it up at an upward angle to do high attacks, and then you tilt it down to do low attacks, and that's how that works because you're flipping between like those. And then when you get the quick time events, you literally just like slice in that direction. Or my favorite thing, the thing that makes me like not wish I was playing motion controls because I do prefer the buttons, but the thing I love is when you do the wrestling moves, you literally have to like tilt in both directions, like do one on the side, like the one we were doing the leg, you literally do you have to go left first to like get the leg, and then you do up both to suplex them. So that stuff feels pretty good. But the angling hot to do high and low attacks, I'm like, just give me a button for those. Like, don't make me tilt up and down.
I get that the whole purpose of the motion controls is just to do the jerk off joke, but I was looking at the
That too.
suplexes one. That it's the suplex ones are pretty cool because you do actually like it kind of makes sense like where you do like a German suplex, like you go in like you're wrapping the arms around the guy and then you go up like you're putting them over your head. So that's kind of cool. Like there's some semblance of like reasoning behind it.
I'm glad I did it for a boss, but no, I'm not going to play the whole game that way. It's not like Mario Galaxy where you'll lose something by not playing motion controls.
Yeah, I don't feel like I'm missing out by not playing them. I feel like to be
Exactly.
honest with you, I kind of feel like I'm doing it in a less stressful way, if that makes any
Mhm.
sense. Like I just don't feel like I'm missing out.
Yeah.
The one thing I really do enjoy about this game, we'll get to story and bosses in a second, because that's the meat and potatoes of this video game. But okay, let's talk about these guys as referring to everything as like, welcome to the coconut guy. Here we will please the god of the coconuts.
That guy's awesome. The first rate man.
First rate man.
You're a third-rate man.
And like I can't at first I was like, man, the translation in this thing are junk. And
But
then
it's
I was
just like every one.
And the favorite thing is I don't think it's a translation thing. I think it's just weird thing where it's just like,
Yeah.
I'm a first rate man. You are a third rate man. First rate man will bless you. God of the coconuts will bless you to give you this job, third rate man. Don't let me
The
down.
unwritten rules of La Destroy, bro.
Well, and my favorite thing is okay, um, like this is not an open world that you want to like go explore and find all the places. You know,
Oh,
it's kind of just. But my favorite
driving
thing
is terrible. You don't want to spend any more time on the bike than you have to.
my favorite thing is also I got the bike stuck like 3 times.
Yeah.
And you have to like run all the way away so it gets off your mini map, and then you can have somebody bring the bike to you. But like for like 10 minutes, I was like, I do not want this bike to be permanently stuck. I do not want to have to run to every single donation because there's nothing between here and there. It's just me running, jogging, trying to get to the next mission. But the guys you meet for the jobs are fascinating. I just want more of those guys. I want to hear more about the god of the coconuts or the god of garbage and stuff
Have you
like
gone
that.
to the bar and talked to the dude that's basically you finding Dragon Balls to bring to him?
Yeah, yeah. He wants you to bring them up.
And then the descriptor for the thing is just find these balls and bring them to this drunk.
There's also like all the stuff with the video store people calling you. You're like,
Yeah.
hey man, you got your new copy of How to Please a Woman Part 8. Because that's like the weird thing about like I have so many questions about Travis Touchdown. Because
don't.
you don't. How do you
I don't
not?
need to know more. I don't need to know more into this guy's life. I think I have him figured out. He's just like he's like a 20-something who lives on his own, loves anime and pornography. I mean, that's his character. Like,
Yeah, but,
all there is
okay.
to Travis. I love everybody else in this game, but Travis Touchdown. I'm not on the Travis Touchdown boat at all. Like,
well, but like everybody else is
sucks.
so. Yeah, he sucks, but everybody else is so weird that he fits perfectly. Like he's rating these How to Please a Woman Part 7, 8, 9, and then like sending himself accident videotapes of him humping a pillow. But then like everyone else around him is just as weird. Like all the bosses, and then like at the end of the 5th boss, like they try to give him some levity, like it's a Metal Gear game. Where he
It does
like,
not work.
it's like he's
It
like
just
I
feels so pervy when he's like, "No, I cared about her in this one."
he's like,
I'm
you just
dude,
metal.
He
like,
cared about her soul, Michael.
Yeah, like the like Travis is really deep. He cared about this person on a fundamental level. It's like, no, he doesn't.
No.
He didn't even know this woman. But we're gonna have a Metal Gear
He
moment.
thought she was hot. Both times he fought like women. It just true to his character. He was just like. Notice the two people he at least attempted to spare were both women. Like the girl that was after revenge, Shinobu. Is that her name?
But the 5th boss, Holly Summers.
Yeah, Shinobu and Holly Summers. Yeah, he was. Those were the only people he tried to spare. But Holly called him out for it. He was like, "Oh, you're just trying to spare me. You're weak. You can't play this game. Assassins and spare people. What are you doing?"
But she straight up says like you can't kill a woman, so that's why you won't kill me. And you know that he doesn't kill Shinobi either. So like that's like, I guess they're trying to give Travis some in-depth things, but most of the time he's a psychopath murderer. Like 99.9% of the time, Travis Touchdown is hacking people apart and having a ball doing it, just thinking this is the best time ever. But every once in a while, they're like, let's give him some levity. Nah, man.
That's why I think this game works, is because all the bosses and even the game itself just trashes Travis Touchdown as sucking and being terrible. Like during the Holly Summers like lead up to the boss fight, there's a gag where you'll, even if you make it through the gate, you explode on a landmine every single time. Like even like it's so Daffy Duck. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm not falling for this landmine," steps on another. And he literally like just looks at the camera and then he explodes. That stuff's great. And even the bit where like just Holly calling him out, and my favorite bit in the second boss fight, he was like, "Oh, they paid, the Assassin Guild paid for me to have this like nice dinner and everything. And then Travis is like, they used my earnings and my payment to buy you a dinner and to fly your daughter out.
This is what I don't understand about this game, though. Like, why do you have to fight? You pay money to fight and prove how good you are.
You pay the money to fight. It's a ranking battle. They have to fund it. It's like esports.
Travis said that is the
watching.
first well, yeah, no one's watching. Well, okay, let's break down these bosses.
I presume how it works is that if someone were to challenge, I have a feeling that's going to happen. I have a feeling there's going to be a boss fight from a lower ranked person going up to fight Travis at some point.
Yeah, it has to happen. It has to be a point where he has to fight to defend his own position because everyone else is. I mean, it would be really weird not to.
That has to play out in some way. So I have a feeling when it does, it'll be the same thing of like that guy paid. You have to pay to fight someone above you. Type thing, and that's how they make their money.
Like, is this like a regulated job here in this ward? Because like
it's a contract. Like literally, they fax you like literally a faxed invoice that you sign like a contract every single time. So this is a legitimate business. There are freaking like K Entertainment. There are side businesses about funding assassinations in this world.
But, like you kill the CEO of a pizza place at one point. like on one of the jobs, it's like. Yeah.
Like he's back again. Like what?
My favorite thing
is or something like literally like.
My favorite thing was looking up and seeing Nick just lean towards his camera and just be like, "It was Pizza Butt." Pizza Butt was the name of that job. Like, is that very calm? Like, let's get this straight, right? He was the CEO of Pizza Butt, and that goes back to this. Is like the more I talk about it, the more it makes sense. This is a game made for 12-year-olds, but
yes, it is.
I feel okay. So I have written down my.
It's made for that 12-year-old on the Wii whose parent will just assume that everything for the Wii is for children. It's the Conker's Bad Fur Day of its era.
Yeah. My favorite thing is also. Travis is doing all this. His main motivation is he was promised sex if he got the number one.
Not really a promise. It was like an offhanded, like, well, maybe.
It was a promise to Travis.
Is it a promise? So you're saying there's a chance?
It was a promise. He took that 100%. Like this is going to happen.
The scene where I wrote down the note that Travis sucks is the bit before the Holly Summers fight with the trying to use the lotion and just like going on her like so
Travis has never seen a woman naked outside of a video. Like let's go ahead and to establish that.
Yeah,
that's the extent of Travis's life, and that's his main defining character trait. Is that he's bad.
He's the guy who thinks typing sin nudes on Reddit is the funniest joke.
Oh yeah, he thinks that's great. Travis probably has like multiple Barnard accounts that respond to his own jokes. But yeah, the bosses are interesting. So there's 5 bosses that we fought so far. The first one is a tutorial.
Death Metal. He literally shows up with like his Metal Gear Rising sword.
Then it's
into 3 separate sections.
And it's Dr. Payne, I believe.
Dr.
Peace. Which his aesthetic doesn't match where he's at. He's supposed to be like a rogue detective cop. But
yeah, none of his stuff like matches. His name is Dr. Peace, but he's a detective, and he's like, I forget where you fight him at, but
you fight him at baseball stadium.
Fight him in the baseball stadium because
he's like he dresses like
he sings during the boss fight.
Yeah.
Well, he's not even there for baseball. Like at first when I was getting, I was like, maybe he's like a renegade pitcher or something.
He wants to do like a halftime show performance or something. Yeah. He's a really good singer. Like it's a great song that he sings. Like he's.
I was impressed. I was kind of with Travis. I was like, ah. But my favorite thing is, they really want to hammer home that he had this nice dinner with his daughter, who didn't even really want to be there because she's like, It's like it's all these different character traits all coming together to form like an incomplete puzzle. It was like you dumped out like $4 general puzzles all on top of each other and put together the pieces, and they formed a block, but it makes no sense at all. So Dr. Peace was weird. I do like that you get to play baseball in those fights where you're just like hit the balls back at people. That's kind of
That's
fun.
another thing that's motion controlled. Like you literally hold it up like a Wii remote and swing it at the right time. But the timing was always like
I suck at any like baseball thing in any game.
Yeah, it's Wii Sports. It's literally it's the Wii Sports thing of like have the ball thrown and you hit it. I mean, but then there's Shinobi, who is I guess she's like Shinobu, who is like at a school.
You pull her out of class to fight. Like she's in the middle of class and she's like, "Sorry guys, I gotta go."
This is a good opportunity to talk about the French lady who's kind of like your handler.
Do we know her name? Because I just typed in my notes "assassin lady" every single time. Like, is that given at all?
I think she's just French lady. Like, I don't know. Like, but she's okay. So we all know we saved the game by taking a shit. But
Dead
she's
Rising,
always like, yeah, it's Dead Rising. Yeah. But also she's like, did you brush your teeth? Did you check your mail? Did you pay your rent this month? Like she just will say, she'll do these long monologues before the fight where Travis is just like on the cell phone with her, and it says nothing.
Every time.
But
it's basically like you're like you're not anything, Travis. You suck. You're gonna lose this fight every single time, and the odds go. There's a 100% chance you'll lose. There's a 120% chance you'll lose. There's a 200% chance you'll lose this fight, Travis.
But then she like goes on. She just goes on and on and on and on about like, hey, you're gonna fail, and the price of oranges went up 4 cents in Florida last week, and Mount Everest.
It's the last conversation you're gonna have before you potentially die, bro.
And the world is divided east and west, and tomorrow's villains might be tomorrow's hero.
Exactly. That's why I hate her so much. She's this video game's version of the boss. Holy crap, it all makes sense. If she's this video game's version of the boss,
trust your force and head to the Garden of Madness.
The Garden of Madness.
And at first I was like, is this just bad translation? And I don't think it is.
Calling it now, the final boss will be in the Garden of Madness, whatever that is. Like, is it a metaphorical thing? Nope, it's his literal thing. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm calling it right now that she's the final boss.
Like she's in there.
Yeah, I'm calling that one right now.
Yes,
but
maybe.
I think so. I don't know, maybe.
Or it's going to be Shinobu's father, because there is like one lore dump in the game. There's only one where it's after you fight Shinobu, she says like, you killed my father. It's like, no, I trained from your father. I watched his VHS Taibo tapes or something. There's like literal like wrestling training videos and so but she thought for some reason that Travis killed him, so I wonder how that whole thing shakes up, because that's really the only bit of story there is so far in this game aside from be number one.
She also like, I think she might be like the one that challenges you from below. Like you might be coming out. She's alive. Yeah, I mean, she's alive.
That makes sense.
So I wonder if she's one of the people that challenges you from below, like comes up and like, hey, yeah, I know you're trying to become number one assassin, but now you gotta fight this guy, and it'll be her. That's my kind of running theory there too.
It'd be fun seeing Travis having to pick the venue for the fight, and then like having all the money to do with what everybody wants beforehand. So I hope this plays out, because I kind of want to see Travis just like with a bunch of money going, yeah, I can do whatever I want with this.
He's just gonna buy anime figures and do it in a parking lot.
Yes.
Like Travis is not like original enough to be like, let's pick a cool venue. He's just gonna be like, do it in the alleyway behind the. Huh?
Yeah. Why would you spend it all on one thing?
Because if you're going to go out,
cool stuff.
But he's just gonna buy a rare, like he's just gonna add to his anime collection. That's all he's gonna do. Like he's not gonna
Smart
buy
man.
like. Yeah, I mean, listen, if you're gonna go out with what you love. But I don't know, man. I really don't know. But I hope there's something cool there when we get to that. Going back through the bosses again. After Shinobi, there is Doctor Destroy.
This is my favorite boss fight.
Destroy
Like, this
man.
is the most Destroy Man.
Yeah,
This is my
this
personal
is
favorite.
it's taking a piss out of like American superheroes. It
Yeah.
reminds me of something you would see on The Boys.
Yeah, I got
Uh,
huge boys vibes whenever I was playing through that.
Yeah, he's like was it Homelander?
Homelander, yeah,
think-
he seems exactly
yeah.
like him. Yeah,
Yeah,
I fell
he's-
for a good guy bit both times. Like, this guy doesn't seem so bad.
no, he sucks.
I
I fell for it.
me
I fell for it both times. Like,
me and Nick both saw The Boys / read The Boys, so we know Homelander was a piece of shit. Don't trust this guy.
Yeah.
Like I ain't falling for this. And then of course the
he's
final
like, oh,
boss
turn
is-
around, I need to get ready, and then tries to blast you, which I was like, what?
And then he's got like nipple guns.
That was the first bit.
He turns around.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
No, I think that's his last like ditch effort. Like that's after I think that's during like the cutscene after you defeat him, just like his last ditch. Because that's right, because you slice him in half, and then he like splits apart as like the gun still firing while he's on the ground.
Yeah,
That bit's cool.
there's some cool stuff there.
It
He's
might
also in a weird spot because
be-
he's just in a movie studio.
It might just be me, but I kind of wish that the cutscenes. This is 10 years ago. This would be a terrible argument or something, but I kind of wish like the cutscenes had like some button inputs for like the final like tap a button, like do a like slice or something, like mini like nothing like substantially crazy, but like quick time events to make it feel like you get the last impact. Because whenever you're doing the boss fight and you hit them once, the screen goes white and you go into cutscene. You're not actually doing the final impact on these bosses. So just give me the button to hit so I can feel like I'm actually doing like the slice or something that kills them. Not
I
even
can
like a
see
thing,
that.
just have the button there. So yeah.
Well, I'm amazed they didn't do motion
It's
controls.
such a
for it.
minute thing.
Well, I'm amazed they
it's
didn't
such a
do
minute-
motion controls for it. Like, especially like I'm thinking about the one we destroy, like Doctor Destroyo, whatever. Like, I'm surprised you just didn't do a motion control upswing with it to cut him in half or something like that. Like when you behead somebody, I'm surprised it's just not like, hey, do the motion control motion to do the final move. Because it seems like it would be the most obvious way of doing it,
Yeah.
I feel like that would be the way to go. Just do an upswing or whatever with the motion control.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the final boss is, of course, Holly Summers, who's like got like a military aesthetic. She reminds me of the like going back to like reminding about like Metal Gear characters. She reminds me of Quiet from Metal Gear or Eva
Yeah.
from Metal Gear 3.
More quiet than Eva in the fact that like she definitely has some like tragic stuff going on in her past and all that.
And this is when the game gets real weird because after you beat her, she blows her own head off. Like Travis just holds her for like a long, long time. And then you're supposed to go drop her in one of the holes to bury her, but not before you go kick the.
Collect your rewards.
Yeah, you go get your reward first, and then you bury her, which I thought was really weird. Cause like do the burial and then do the reward. No. We gotta go get our money and our health upgrade, and then we can come back and put this headless woman in a hole. It's such a weird thing that's necessary.
It was like just weirdly saccharine out of nowhere. Didn't really understand how it played into the rest of the story.
This whole game is about being like sacrilegious and an asshole to everybody. And it's weird that like all of a sudden Travis has a heart. And it's like, nah, Travis doesn't have a heart. He's just like a guy out for himself. He's trying to get laid and he's hacking people up with a lightsaber. Like he's not a deep guy, and I don't really need him to be a deep guy. If you're halfway through, what about halfway through this video game? At this point, like, are we really going to try to make us like this guy, like all of a sudden, and be deeply emotionally connected to him? I mean,
so I feel
feels
like
like
it could go either one of two ways. Like it could just, and if it goes the one way, which it probably will, and just make him just like a scumbag, that makes that part of the game even weirder. Or it could work if they really lean into it and humanize him, but they'd have to do a really good job.
You would almost have to like
Yeah,
every single boss.
I have a feeling at this point that I don't think Travis can be like a redeemable character in any way, just because I really don't like Travis at all. But that's the point. But I feel like having him go deeper and deeper into insanity when he's number one is probably the best route to go. Then again, I'm not playing this for the story. I'm playing this for the crazy bosses, and because that's where the fun of this game is: the bosses, the hack and slash nature of it, and the fact that it's very much a video game of an era.
Oh yeah, it's of an era for sure, man. Like, dude, like this was at the EB Games in the $10 section. Like, I mean, I can pitch you where this thing was, but the one thing I will say to like Nick's point, I think if you lean into it super heavy and you try to say like this was all Travis being a crazy asshole because he thought that he wanted to just be like this number one assassin guy, and he realizes that there's repercussions to being an assassin, like you could kind of go somewhere with that. Like if he has to, like Shinobi or whatever shows up and you have to kill her, like she shows up to challenge you, and you let her live the last time, but this time you actually have to kill her, like plain and simple, ain't no choice about it. And that you could try to be like, hey, Travis, it was all fun and games until those repercussions start knocking on your door. I think you could do something with it. I mean, I don't know.
You could, but do you honestly, would you want the game to go that route and make you feel bummed, or do you just want to have like the popcorn, like I'm just in this for the insanity high that this game seems to be doing pretty well? I don't know if I want, because I joke about how much like I don't like Travis, but at the same time, like I am having fun with the game, and I don't want to be. This is not a game I want to be bummed out while playing.
I mean, personally, man, like I feel like if there's not even a one tiny thread that ties this together, I will feel like this was like a huge waste of time, and B, I'll be confused about how it's in some circles considered to be like a cult classic. Like, why would they make
I guess that's fair,
a half
yeah.
a game and then another third game about a game that has like no story? You know what I mean? Like the
Okay,
bosses are fun
yeah,
and the gameplay is okay, but
yeah, like I feel like
Yeah,
there's got to be something, right? There's got to be something
that's a good.
to hang your
That's a
hat
good
on.
point.
Because, go
yeah,
ahead, Michael.
something, but I just don't want to be like depressed or be like a bummer ending. I want to still have that, like, I still want to be riding high when we get to the end of this, but I do agree that it does need that connective tissue.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think it needs something because you're right, Nick. Like apparently this game is very, very well loved. And like I like the bosses. I'm a sucker for video games that are built around fighting bosses. Like I love bosses in video games. And so like the bosses have all been fun, but everything else around it, like the jobs are like a cheap laugh. Like but none of the side the mini games are fine. But none of the side gigs, like the side missions are interesting really. And like I don't really want to explore the world. So the only thing the game really has for me right now is the little mini games and the bosses. And everything else is just kind of like busy work. So I need something else to really make this thing come home. Because if not, I kind of feel like it's like watching like a TV show that got canceled after the first season. So like okay, like there was a show called for Constantine that I really actually kind of liked. And the first season came on, and the last part of the first season was a big setup. Like they were obviously like, "Hey, now we're gonna show our hand," and the surprise, this guy's a bad guy. Ah, and there never was a season 2, so you just kind of like, and you stayed there because nothing ever happened. And I feel like if this game doesn't do something with
And
Travis,
Netflix
it's
picked up
gonna.
Lucifer instead of Constantine. What the hell?
Well, oh, dude, man, dude, you don't even want to know. I really like that Constantine show. It was
Yeah,
really
Lucifer
good.
sucks, honestly, in my opinion.
It
But
appeared on Arrow later on, but
I don't
know
want to
if
watch Arrow, dude. Come on,
that's also
that guy,
valid.
that
That
Stephen
it
Amell
becomes like
guy
a
got
show
into
that
a
becomes a bummer. Let me tell you about Arrow.
Stephen Amell like tries to pop up in like he was in WWE at one point and he faced Stardust, who was
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes before Cody Rhodes left WWE and actually got cool. And so it was like Steve was just trying to be in WWE, and then like now like every once in a while he just like tweeting about like, hey man, maybe I'm gonna show up at the Royal Rumble. And he ain't showing up at that Royal Rumble. It just
that's
I don't want it.
Constantine?
No, this is Arrow guy, Green Arrow guy,
Oh,
Stephen Amell. He apparently did this like American Ninja Warrior thing and like showed up a bunch of
wow.
American Ninja Warrior
He showed up.
guys.
He showed up on Celebrity. Stephen Amell seems like a cool dude. Like my feelings on after season 3 of Arrow aside, the first 2 seasons are really really good. But he went on Celebrity Ninja Warrior. He finished this. They made the celebrity course so easy because it's for charity. And then they built an easy course right beside the like normal course, and he's like, and you get money to your charity for every event you accomplish. He was like, I want to keep going, so he went over to the after he finished the celebrity course. He went over to the main course, did a few challenges there, and then earned more money for his charity. Like that's cool.
I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, but like,
He seems pretty
I can't
cool.
get the WWE thing out of my mind because him and freaking Stardust feuding. I think he went in and did like one move, and then everybody's like, Stephen Amell is an awesome professional wrestler. Like, not a fan.
I mean, is it
Arrow was at his
qualified as all the
Arrow.
rest of them
That was when
anyway?
Arrow was good. He was at his height at that point.
Wait, no, Michael, shush, Michael, shush. Nick, you want to run that by me one more time?
I said, doesn't that make him as qualified as the rest of them?
Nick, you lucky this show is digital. I know where you live. I get in my car right now. I'll be there in 10 minutes. All right. I see how
Bring
it is. Cool. Okay, fine. In about 10 minutes from now, all of a sudden I just stop answering on the podcast. In about 10 minutes from now, you just hear do on next door. We're gonna let that slide. I'll let that slide on you. I guess we should go back, Travis. Go back to No More Heroes. Yeah, this game, like I said, it's a very much a popcorn game.
Yeah.
And like it's fine. The one thing I do want to like I was thinking about while I was playing it, I was like, okay, this is very much like a lighthearted, you can kind of play this play this right before bed, 20 minutes, do a mission kind of thing. But I do think there's got to be something deeper to really bring this thing home to me. If the end of next episode, and I'm still saying, hey, this is kind of like a popcorn game, I'm gonna feel a little bit disappointed. I really hope there's something that brings this whole thing together. Because right now it's fine, but it's not really hammering on all cylinders for me.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else y'all want to talk about on this game? Michael?
No.
Nick? No. All right. I mean, it's kind of like I don't want to put. Oh, I'm not gonna end this on a bumble, but it's not. There's not like a lot of story stuff to break down or anything. This kind of reminds me of kind of the conversations me and Michael talked about on the Dead Space episodes, where
Yeah.
it's like there's some really cool stuff. This game has great style. It holds up pretty good. For a game of this time, we didn't really talk about that, but it holds up. It looks pretty good.
Shading goes a long way. It's a kind of cheaper way to make your game look like it has an aesthetic, but I think it does work in this game's favor because it does still, even with the HD code of paint, it does look pretty good with it.
It's like Team Fortress 2 did the same thing, and if you look at Team Fortress 2 now, it still looks okay. Going for that kind of style kind of lets your game age a little bit better than other video games. But definitely some good stuff, man. I feel like it's kind of like it's a lot of it all hinges on how they hit the landing on this one.
That's how I
Like,
feel about it too.
yeah, like I feel like next episode could go either way.
Even if the game like doesn't pay off story wise, just if they ramp up the boss fights into like really interesting ways and I have like fun throughout the whole thing, it's still gonna be worth it in my mind. Like I don't need, even though I would like everything to be tied up in a bow and would think that would benefit its favor just to pay off some like narrative stuff. Even if it just ramps up those boss fights and I have a fun time doing it with like some corny humor or something, I'll be just fine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it won't, but I just need that one big thing to bring this thing home. Like even if they just it's good 5 another boss fights, I think even if it's like a good reveal for who shows up to challenge Travis, like maybe Travis gets to number 1, and then somebody really really important or something cool happens that when he gets to number 1, and he's now has to deal with the repercussions of being number 1. Like
But
there's
that
just,
might be the sequel too of him dealing with those repercussions of being number 1, because there is a No More Heroes 2. So that might be the fallout of all his death and destruction might be in the second game.
yeah, but boy, I don't know, man. Like I have a hard time with it being like a situation where you have to wait till the second game to see the repercussions of anything. Like show me something. Give me a reason to come back for the second game, you know? I think that's the only thing like that I see that a lot like in comics where like there's this thing in comics now where first issues used to be in first issues you had to be super hard on the first issue because that's what kept people buying the freaking book.
It's like
But
a
now
pilot.
it's like, yeah, it's a pilot. Like, hey, man, have a really good first issue. And like Image was really good about that. There was a time when like every first Image number 1 was like a freaking ball issue because it was like, hey, man, you want to come back? We're gonna get you back. Now it's like they do a lot of this like deconstruction. Go ahead, Mike.
A lot of the first issues were like I got a bunch of Image number 1s for free at some point. Like I got Saga and Lazarus for free at some point. They really wanted to get that first issue in front of people too.
Well, yeah, and that was like the pitch, and like for a while there, they were doing like the first trade was like $9.99 for the first trade, which is a hell of a good deal. But the thing is now, like a lot of them are doing these like really deconstructed first issues, and nothing happens, and it's like that. You need to trust us that this is going to be worth your time, and I have a real big problem with that, especially in like video games and something where the commitment's a lot harder. It's like, hey man, you need to give me at least something. Like, you know, the sequel was repercussions. Nah, man, I need at least something to hang my hat on when I leave this video game to make me care about a sequel. Because if not, you know, promises are promises. Give me something to hang my hat on. So I really hope that there's something at the end of this game that I can be like, okay, and now I get why people are super into this, and it could be something simple, man. It could, if they want to lean into the insanity, give me some insane. Have Travis grow to like a skyscraper-sized guy and have him fight Godzilla. Give me something crazy like that.
Okay,
that'll work.
That's the thing I want to lean on. Like more so than like narrative stuff. Like give me the most insane set pieces you can think of. Let's have a good time. Let's have some fun.
One of each ways. It's either goes your way, where it's like, let's just be insane and crazy and give me insane boss fights, or it goes Nick's way, where it's like, let's actually kind of show some repercussions of this guy being a psychopath and maybe have him grow
and if it does
a little bit.
Both, if it manages to do both, awesome.
Yeah, if it manages to do both, that's great. But I don't know, man. Like, give me at least one of them. It needs to give me one of them.
Yeah.
To stick it.
Mm-hmm.
So, for sure. Man, I think that leads us with just the next episode, which will be us finishing No More Heroes. That's going to be pretty daggum cool. I think our next game, I really want to lean into something heavy. I was thinking about this a lot. After the kind of, we do like the popcorn games like this, and I love doing these. Don't get me wrong, like that's not an insult. It's like you have to watch The Rock every once in a while if you're going to make it through Schindler's List. Like you have to watch some popcorn stuff to get to the really deep, heavy stuff. But whatever game we play after this, I want to do something super heavy and meaty. But I'm really looking forward to finishing No More Heroes. I think it's going to be a fun conversation. Hopefully, we'll all be back in the studio for our next show. Anything else y'all want to plug or anything before we go off the air here? Got a little bit of time.
I have nothing.
Nick, you got nothing to plug?
I have nothing.
Michael, you got anything to plug?
Follow us on Twitter at State of the Save, TikTok at State of the Save, and all that fun stuff.
Oh,
How'd that go? Are we viral yet?
I got
no,
nothing.
we're not viral.
Podcast. We're not viral.
Real quick. First of all, you guys do not get us dancing. Because the show, we had some great numbers last week on the show, but you did not hit the promise, so you do not get the dance.
Special thanks to the Alan Wake sub for listening to the first Alan Wake episodes as well.
Yeah, really great.
I learned all those dances for nothing?
Yeah, we learned all those dances for nothing because clearly we cannot do them. Clearly, we're super excited
this whole time.
I know, man. That's why we're not together. We all locked ourselves in our houses to do the dances, to get ready. But the listeners, I'm sorry, listeners. I'm sorry, man. You let us down. But I do want to do this. I want to do a plea.
No. You did not let us down. Keep telling your friends and everything. Like, I'm breaking kayfabe. You guys are wonderful.
No, I do want to do this. This is actually a legitimate, heartfelt plea. The show is doing great. We really appreciate it. We're really growing leaps and bounds. What we need now, because we have a lot of plans coming, what we need now is we need you guys to give us feedback on what you want to see from the show. Hit us up at the Twitter, State of the Save. Really want to grow that thing. Let's get that thing moving, get some new eyes on there. Most of the people who listen to this show do not follow us on there, so we're putting you on notice. Follow us on there if you got a Twitter account. But stateofsave@gmail.com. You can get a hold of all of us that way. We will always respond to those emails. But the big thing I want is, send us feedback. See the stuff you like, what you want to see us do. As we are growing this show and changing and becoming a little bit more of a professional operation here, we want to know what you guys want. Because at the end of the day, if we're going to do something, we want you guys to be happy with what we're doing. So send us some emails, send us some messages saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. Send us game suggestions. Now, I'm going to tell you this. End of the day, all three of us are the ones who make the decision on what games we're not going to play. But we're more than happy if you send us a suggestion like, hey, man, I really would love to see this game. It might be something that tweaks something in our head, and we're like, hey, man, this might be a game we want to do. Just send us suggestions. Send us stuff that you want us to do. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up for this season, and we really, really appreciate all the people who've been listening. I have an antagonistic relationship in kayfabe with the listeners, but in reality, really do appreciate everything y'all have done for the show. This show has been a lot by word of mouth, which is crazy in 2021. But it's a lot of people being like, I saw this on this subreddit and I told this guy and stuff like that. So it's really crazy and cool. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. So we'll be back in 2 weeks, not next week, but the week after, with our second part of No More Heroes. We'll also be doing the announcement for the new game, as always. Look forward to maybe a special announcement coming up. We've got something cool that I really, really think we should be launching pretty soon. We've been talking about it for a long time. So look forward to that coming up. You guys want to say goodbye? Say goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye, Nick.
Say goodbye, Michael.
Bye, Nick.
Dadgummit, man. This is why we can't do digital podcasting.
I couldn't repeat his joke. I had to do my own.
Yeah, but we can't do this, man. Look at us. We did our first digital show and we let it down because we couldn't nail the ending. I think we have to re-record the whole show now just to nail the ending. No, we ain't doing that. Y'all have a good one. Yeah, we ain't doing that again. So, y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there. We're gonna have a good one coming up. See you later.